Attention YouTube reviewer, the following video is filmed on a private gun range by a firearms expert. All firearms are handled responsibly and at no point are any bystanders present or ever at risk. The following video also contains no footage of full auto firearms, bump stocks, firearm modifications, or firearm ammunition cells as defined by YouTube's community guidelines. This includes our outro. Alright guys, welcome back. Today is going to be just the disassembly for a field strip of the M1 Garand. But before we get started guys, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and check out the merch store. Help us keep going, that way I can keep bringing you content like this. To disassemble it is easiest if you have a rest like this to hold it sturdy. You're going to swap it over to safe. If you have a particularly stiff action, this hole right here is actually used for you to put a tool through to help manipulate the gun. In order to start the assembly, once it's in safe, you're going to pull the trigger guard back and down. Now let's flip her upside down. So we can see a little bit better here. Go back and up. Okay, see, that was a little easier. So you gotta back it up. There's a little hook here that catches on that. Now once we're up here, you can kind of see it already moves, and then you could just lift up your fire control group, and then now you can rotate your stock up and off of your action. So now your stock's out of the way, we have the action just like this right here. The next thing you're gonna want to do is remove your recoil spring and recoil spring assembly. You see this little bar right here has two little hooks and hooks on to this component here. You want to grab this here, or you can grab it down here, but not right here. So you gotta grab here, you're gonna slide it back and down until it clears that hook, then you can just lift it up and out. And now we can take out our entire recoil assembly spring like so. Put that off to the side. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove our op rod right here. Now if you look right here on the receiver, right here in the rail where the op rod rides, there's a little cutout here, and there's a kind of a notch on the op rod. That's where we want to go. We're going to bring that back to that spot right there, then we can kind of lift the op rod up and out like so. Okay, now that it's up and out of that, we just kind of rotate it off to the side here. Now, for a field strip, you don't need to do this, but if you're going a complete teardown, you can push this pin out right here to remove almost all of the magazine components, and that makes it a little easier. However, for a field strip, it's not necessary because you can kind of just work and wiggle the op rod or the op rod and gas piston out. You just gotta find just this little happy spot right there. Now that just popped out a little more. Now if you look, my op rod and gas tube is a little bent slightly, so I mean it doesn't affect operation, but it's there. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to rotate around. Now we're going to be taking out our bolt. You're going to bring the bolt forward, and essentially you're just going to kind of lift it up right here and just bring her on out, and then boom, there is our bolt. Now normally if you're going to be doing a full field strip for cleaning, you do have to take out that little plug right there that looks like a big Phillips head. I do not have the special tool to take that out. However, you can use a large screwdriver to get in there if you really have to, but for the purpose of this video, we're not taking it out. But for all intents and purposes, we are stripped down for our field strip. At this point, you can clean out the bore all the way. You can take a snake inside of the gas tube, clean that out. Of course, if you had that plug out all the way, then you can go all the way through it, clear it out all the way, and that'd be even better. So now let's reassemble. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to rotate it sideways there. Take our bolt, kind of find just the right angle here to get it to go in and sit like that here. Remember, this locking lug doesn't look like it should be, but it actually rides on top of this rail here because that's how it locks into place. So in order to get our op rod back in, we want to move the bolt back here so that it's kind of held in place here. Now if you look on the op rod, there's this cam groove right here. This has to meet up with the bolt. So we're going to kind of rotate this back off here. We're going to start by just getting our op rod back in. It always seems to want to go in a little easier than taking it out. But it depends on how you get it here. So, okay, there we go. We're going to rotate her back, bring her all the way like so. Now our bolt is here. We're going to bring this up, lift it up until we get it that lug to sit inside of the op handle, and then we can move our bolt so it fits back inside that track. And we are in. As you can see, works as designed. Now next we're going to flip her back over and we're going to reinstall our recoil spring assembly. Put it back inside of the op rod / gas piston. Now if you look here, it curves like this. That's how we want it. We want that curve to go down because it fits right here inside of this. I'm going to slide her on back, get her down in there. And now we need to get those hooks to hook on those two little okay. And you see, if you lift up a little bit, you can get the hook a little better, and then that is back in. Now we can reinstall our stock. Now the stock, you do have to kind of angle in. So go in like so, and hook. That's because this little piece right here goes around the gas tube and locks into place. And that's kind of how it sits up front. So now we got it back in. Now we can take our fire control group, reinstall that like so. Just kind of hold it up a little bit, and then we can just take it down. Now reinstalling, you can just push down and back with that, and boom, it is locked into place. Our M1 Garand has been successfully field stripped and reassembled. Alright guys, well that's it for this little short disassembly video and reassembly. So y'all guys like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.